Hello, everyone. My name is Jared Kettinger, and I'll be your host today as we go through this presentation on a walkthrough of an Amtrak train with us here at Amtrak Vacations. Let's dive in. As we go about the presentation, just note, folks, that Amtrak travels to over 500 train stations all throughout the United States. And we have daily departures on short day trains as well as daily departures on cross-country journeys, such as the Empire Builder, going from Chicago up through the northern part of the country and out to Seattle, or the Sunset Limited, which runs between Los Angeles and New Orleans. Even the Crescent from New Orleans to New York City, or the Acela route running between Boston, Massachusetts, my hometown, and Washington, D.C., just to name a few. And also, everywhere you're seeing on this map a little star, and there are many of them, those are indicators of destinations where Amtrak Vacations, your host of the day, has vacation packages, meaning we book the train reservations for you, yes, but also hotel accommodations, sightseeing tours, activities, and so much more, making your travel planning all the easier. We do all of it for you. Last but not least, all of our packages are fully customizable to fit your travel needs. And there are some great benefits of traveling by way of train with Amtrak Vacations. Number one, you don't have to deal with the hassle, the stress, and the frustrations that one usually has to enjoy, and I say that sarcastically, at an airport. You don't need to get to the train station 2-3 hours early, as you traditionally have to do before you fly. You can get to a station roughly 45 minutes to an hour ahead of time and comfortably check in, check your luggage if need be, and easily board the train. And again, there are over 500 train stations that we can connect you through. And the trains take you from city center to city center amongst those 500 stations, from major cities like New York, Austin, New Orleans, Seattle, Chicago, Los Angeles, to some of the smaller places like Schenectady, places like Palm Beach, Florida, places like Topeka, Kansas, places like Glacier National Park, and so many other great destinations all around the world. So what is it like on board a train? That is the topic of the presentation. Well, here you can see the coach accommodations, which are two big, plush, comfy seats. Folks, there are no pesky middle seats on board Amtrak. I'm happy to tell you that. So two big, plush, comfy seats. The seats themselves recline at a 45-degree angle with plenty of legroom. That is the Amtrak difference. You'll also see that there are outlets to charge of devices, tray tables that'll fold down to hold laptops, tablets, drinks, snacks, plenty of room above head to store the luggage, and the big picture window. I like to call it the window on the world, to enjoy all of the sights as the train zooms by. And that is a part of the experience, or as we like to say, the journey is a part of the experience. Just getting to where you're going on the train, by the train, is so much more special and so much more scenic than flying or driving. You can relax, let someone do the driving for you, and enjoy the Pacific coastline, the Colorado Rockies, the deserts in Nevada or New Mexico or Arizona, or the major cities or the small towns peppered around the United States. How can you see this? Well, the big picture window is built right into the side of the train cars, but also the famous sightseer lounge cars, which are typically on the upper level of the train and have the big glass dome windows that curve up to the roof of the train car itself. These are first come, first serve for seating, folks. Just want to let you know. But it is one of the classic reasons why folks love traveling by way of Amtrak. And as I mentioned, we do the vacation packages, inclusive of hotel accommodations, sightseeing activities, the trains themselves. And also, we do the planning for you and we advise you on the trains, what it's like to travel on them, what you need to know ahead of time. Lord forbid you're in a pinch on your trip. We're here to help you with all of the above. And we have the expert rail knowledge. We are the rail experts. So we're here to help you in the planning stages of your vacation, the pre-travel, post-booking stages of the vacation, during your trip, and even after if need be. So what is it like with these sleeper accommodations on board Amtrak? Well, you're about to see, and you're also about to see the great benefits of booking a sleeper accommodation on Amtrak through Amtrak Vacations. There are some great bennies, as they say. Number one, access to the metropolitan lounges, the private lounges at some major Amtrak stations. Now, I do want to let you know, not every Amtrak station has a metropolitan lounge, but some major ones, such as Boston, Chicago, Moynihan Station in Manhattan, New Orleans, Los Angeles, have those stations. And our Amtrak Vacations consultants can advise which stations have the lounges and which do not. And these are wonderful places to sit back and relax, have a coffee or a refreshment or a snack, even catch up on the daily news before you board your train for your vacation. Also, travelers with the sleeper accommodations get priority access onto the train. So you can board the train ahead of the majority of the travelers in the general seating, sit back, relax, and stretch out ahead of everyone else. And for those sleeper cabin train cars, there is a dedicated car attendant whose jobs are aplenty. They're there to set up the bedding in the evening time, provide the included toiletries, as well as refreshments such as bottled water and coffee. They're there to serve as a level of safety and security, as well as to make sure everything is clean and shipshape during your trip, and many more jobs. They're there to be your onboard concierge, so to speak. And one of the great things about having a sleeper cabin is the onboard dining is included within the price of the sleeper, which you can enjoy in the dining car or provided right to your sleeper cabin itself. So either you can go for your meals down to the rolling restaurant in the dining car, or your train car attendant, your sleeper attendant, will provide your meals right to your cabin. And it's also noting the meals are phenomenal on board Amtrak. They're cooked to order. There's a full menu to choose from. And Amtrak can accommodate any dietary restrictions, allergies, whatever you may be working with. And for the off meal times, whether you are in coach accommodations or a sleeper, of course, there are the famous Amtrak cafes where you can go get a snack or a refreshment, a beer, glass of wine, a soda, whatever you like. And they're usually on the level below the dome car, rather, making it very convenient. Of course, with your private cabin, you will have a privacy door that slides and shuts and locks from the inside. And as I mentioned, toiletries as well as linens are all provided for you. There are some additional amenities, such as climate control in your cabin, reading lights, a garment rack is included, as well as the seats that convert to an upper and lower bunk to fit 2 people per cabin, such as in the roomette. The roomette is the more commonly sold or purchased sleeper because it is smaller. There are more of them, and so they do tend to be a little bit more cost efficient. And the roomettes are bunk style. That is the traditional style on board Amtrak for pretty much every sleeper cabin. The roomette is a little different than the next step up, which is the bedroom, because the restrooms are down the hall. It is worth noting that there are several restrooms to every roomette train car, and only those in that roomette car have access to those restrooms. But if you want your own private cabin with your own private shower and bathroom in the room itself, the next step up is this sleeper bedroom, which is a bigger cabin, So the roomette is your private cabin. The bedroom is your private cabin. But the bedroom has its own private bathroom and shower in the cabin itself. It is larger. It has a long couch and a comfy chair. And both the roomette and the bedroom have their own big picture window. If you travel with mobility concerns, you will have access or be able to purchase access into the accessible bedroom, which is on the lower level of the train. And if you're wondering how many people can fit into the cabins, or if certain cabins can be merged or next to each other, feel free to jump onto amtrakvacations.com, where we will have a sheet of all the information that you might be looking for, or feel free to give us a call. And packing for the train is simple and easy. You're allowed 2 free carry-ons of up to 50 pounds each and 2 check bags of up to 50 pounds each. And luggage can be checked as close in as 45 minutes ahead of departure. So why choose Amtrak Vacations? Many reasons. From a very flexible booking window of last-minute travel to up to 2 years in advance, expert train knowledge here to walk you through the planning, booking, and pre-travel stages of your trip, an extensive vacation collection, selection of hotels. You get to pick what you see, what you do, and where you stay, and so many more great reasons. And again, you can choose your accommodation from 3 to 4 to 5-star hotels, as well as what you see and accomplish and sightsee on your journey at the great destinations you're taking the train to go to. And feel free to search the amazing destinations. We have over 75 US destinations that you can travel to by our search engine on our map on our website. So I'm going to close out this presentation by highlighting very briefly some top trending vacations, such as the Western Rail Experience that incorporates 3 amazing train routes on one journey. The Southwest Chief from Chicago to Los Angeles, the Coast Starlight from Los Angeles up the coast to California, connecting to San Francisco and then Seattle, and then the Empire Builder from Seattle back to Chicago like a gigantic triangular loop. There's the National Parks of the Southwest, which will travel from Chicago on the California Zephyr out to Grand Junction, Colorado, and then eventually into Utah's Mighty Five, Zion, Arches, Canyonlands, Bryce, and Capitol Reef, as well as the Grand Canyon, before taking the Southwest Chief back to Chicago, and the Southern Heritage, which hits multiple northeast and southeast great destinations, historical destinations like Washington, D.C., Colonial Williamsburg, Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, and St. Augustine, Florida. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at 1-800-268-7252. Check out our website at amtrakvacations.com. And any of our vacation consultants are here to help you plan your trip, or you can contact your local travel advisor. We work with travel agents and travel advisors all the time. So if you have a preferred travel advisor, have them give us a call on your behalf, and we will go ahead and plan and book your next rail vacation. Have a great day, folks. I want to thank you for signing on to the webinar.